All right, so it's that time of the week. This time we are looking at rclone on the Unikernel Application Spotlight. So rclone has been described as the Swiss Army knife of object stores, S3 object stores. But it's not just like S3 because, as you can tell by all these sponsors on the right side, there's actually quite a few different S3 providers out there, like a lot. In fact, if we look at this storage systems tab, you can just kind of see all these different providers. Now, some of these aren't S3 compatible, right? But this rclone tool kind of integrates with them. The reason this is on the spotlight this week is, even though this is more of a CLI tool, it also has like a S3 functionality that you can kind of use, and that's actually what we're gonna show it as. But this is a super extensive tool. We showed the storage systems, but if you look at all these various commands, you can kind of see there's a lot of stuff. We're actually going to be showing the serve, but you can do all sorts of stuff. Like they have this like ls.json where you can get your JSON output. They've got a GUI where you can kind of use it graphically. All sorts of different things. They have a union file system, so you can combine like multiple systems together, present as one. There's just so much functionality in this. But if you want, you can go to repo.opcity and you can go ahead and grab a package that I made for it. Now, like most of these, your mileage may vary. You may wish to clone this package. You may wish to fork it off and create new stuff, add your own config. That's pretty expected, especially when you start looking at like auth and things like that. That's obviously not really something that you want to share. But the repo supports private packages as well, so you can inject that there. Let's go ahead and pop it up, see what it looks like. So it listens on 9090, and this is a very basic system. Basically, we've got one bucket, one S3 bucket. We can go ahead and kind of see what's in it real quick, and since it's S3 compatible, I can use AWS S3 tools. I could also use the rclone tools because maybe I want to use various tools that has that S3 CLI does not. But you can see we got a test file in there. We can kind of copy it out, and now it's back out. We've got this ASDF file here. Maybe we want to put that guy back in. So we would do something like la 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 la, and now it's back in, and so we can kind of list it out. Sorry, not locally list, but S3 list. Okay, so we got that. And I have my verbose logging on here just to kind of show the bug. If we want, we can kind of go ahead and check out the package itself. There's nothing special in it. So rclone, we do a tree. So there's nothing in there. In fact, the only thing in there is the test bucket that I put in there, my bucket test bucket. And so, even this application, it's statically linked. So it doesn't really have any dependencies. The package manifest, very, very basic. Serve S3, give it an address, and very verbose logging, essentially. So super easy, super quick and fun to do. You could run this anywhere. It doesn't have to be Amazon. It could be, Google or local or whatever. I do find this union file system very interesting. But this was a quick and dirty intro to running rclone as a Nanos unikernel. All right, until next week.